Get in here. Bye-bye. Sent him a message and he didn't respond to me within a minute, so I called him.
Can you see how stunningly beautiful it is here today?
Yeah. Here the sun keeps trying to pop out.
I have to go get some paper for my fire. Be right back.
Gotta build my fire too.
Me too. Done.
Morning, Clayton.
Good morning.
It's a gorgeous day here in Harmony.
Same here in Baton Rouge.
What's
I think
that?
we might have, it's the same weather here in Baton Rouge. Clear and cool.
I like your idea of cool. Our idea of your temperature, we'd probably be in shorts and t-shirt. Oh, it's so hot out.
It's like 65 here, so it's quite comfy.
Get yourself rolling. I didn't even ask Doc to call in. I put the link where he would see it, but I also thought he's
Send it to him in private message.
well, I don't my guess is he won't want to do it. He will want to stay focused.
You don't want to be by his fire.
You know what they say about assume.
Yep.
Well, I'm lighting my fire so you guys can see it. There you go. I will try to sit near it once I get it rolling.
Welcome to my dad's place. I'm watching his puppies this week, so I can't be at my house doing this, where I already have a fire built. But luckily, he's got firewood that's already split, so I am quite okay with this.
Wants to do with me, or you need her away from you?
Oh, I can't even find a post where it's
Look
on.
at her.
It's going
Uh,
up on here. I know.
You mean with the link?
Yeah.
Joan, what you could do is just since you're co-host, go ahead and pull it out of the call.
I just went into my Facebook and did it that way.
Okay.
I got people asking me for the link.
Of
Guilty.
course they are.
Guilty. I knew where it was, but whenever I went to come in,
Oh, he's like,
meeting
just
hadn't
ask
started
Joan.
yet. I was just like, hey, wait.
Clayton, look at Asta. Asta got her hair all done just for today.
Hang on.
Can you see her? Here she
Oh
is.
wow,
She's
she
all
looks so good.
she's beautiful, all ready for the event. And Michael just sent her out to me. He's like, here, deal with her. She still has she's still lame, but the groomer said she's got like a big knot. So she's got like a tight muscle. So I'm gonna just sit here and massage her leg while we hold circle.
Poor baby just had a tight leg.
Mm-hmm. She strained it while we were away.
How was your trip?
It was great. It was great. I hiked more than I have in a long time. And we got to see our grandchildren this weekend. So super good. Super good.
When do we light our stuff?
Oh, I already lit mine because it's 11, and Lady Sophia popped in for just a moment to say she was on her way into the pyramid. So they've gone in, but they won't be in the king's chamber until 6 o'clock, till like an hour from now. So we can, we're just, as I understand it, we're just sending protection and support and
Well, I
whatever
only
else.
have a dragon's breath, so
I'm not sure I even know what that is. Does anybody have one that
that's
they can show?
that's the like the pill that we light up when we did the Trump thing. That's a dragon's breath.
Okay.
I'm lighting Mother Earth. I
Supposed
think
to
it's
make
Earth Day
fog.
today.
It is Earth Day today. And tonight is the start of Passover.
Oh,
Right.
Doc's
All
here.
Hey Doc.
Joan, you're letting everybody in, right?
Yeah.
Good. Here, Asta. Don't run away.
Glad you could come, Doc.
Oh, hi. I didn't know if I was, I didn't know if I had made a good connection or not. Yeah. Hi, guys. Hi, hi, hi.
That Lady
loud and
Sophia
clear.
popped on.
What?
That Lady
Lady Sophia popped on just for a moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Oh, good, good. Well, um, just uh, I feel like quietly and meditate. So I'm going to, I did post a video of the Valley of the Kings for everybody to enjoy. I don't know if you saw that on the Facebook website. So I'm going to say I love you all, and I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to do what I feel I have to do here in the Valley of the Kings. So
Sounds good.
Good to see you.
Thanks for checking in with us.
Mine's just getting going. Clayton, you'll get a chuckle. My Eclipse shirts finally showed up.
What do they look like?
Oh, I have one on. So it has just the little thing on the front and it has the phases on the back. And then I have one underneath that's just well, I'll send you a picture later.
It looks warm. Is it just a t-shirt or is it like a
No,
hoodie?
this is kind of like a sweatshirt, and then I got one that's a t-shirt.
Oh,
But they showed up the day after we left for our trip
Hey.
and after the eclipse.
Oh, we are 50 degrees here. We are in a hot zone.
that's nice and toasty for where you are.
Good morning, Susie. And I
Hi
see Hilda
there.
joined us, which is great. So we've got
Hi.
Mexico,
Susie.
Canada, North America, we've got Pennsylvania, Louisiana, Maryland was in.
I said,
They're great.
Florida,
In July, you were in Florida, correct?
correct.
Great.
I don't know why I have a black screen. I'm really here.
We hear you loud and clear. We just can't see you.
Yeah. Oh, there I am.
There you go.
Hi. I'm a little slow this morning because I had to take some medicine that made me loopy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
We've got one of Hilda's girls. Hola.
You have a lighter. Yes, he does.
So, if you are going to light something, I just lit my uh fire. I'll show you. I also have a candle going in my office where the main thing is. But there's my fire. Um, and if you're lighting a device, now's a good time to get that lit. Lady Sophia and Michaela have gone, and Sarah have gone in to the pyramid. They Lady Sophia jumped in just for a moment and said, "We're on our way in." So I don't think there's any specifically anything we have to do, but Joan texted me that she's been dreaming about this and what she's to do. And I said to her, what might be nice is if you've been dreaming about something you were supposed to do today, we'll just take some time for people to offer what they have to support this mission in Egypt. Um, my contribution was literally, I knew I had to run a Zoom call. I've known it since they said they were going. I knew she wouldn't be able to do it. So here we are. And I'm glad you all are here. Joan, do you want to start with something?
We are going through class and scroll. Okay. So every morning around this time, okay, so I lay down for a morning nap and I don't get a nap. I am taken into the pyramid, and every day I'm shown a little bit more and the understanding of it. So that's been, you're not helpful. It's got, yeah, smells like deer and cat gut and that. So this song is called the Healing Mother Earth Song. And it's the way I started off is with 4 beats in the 4 directions. And here it is. Way ya hey oh way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey oh way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya. Way ya hey ya way hey ya ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey 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 yo. Way ya hey yo way hey ya. Way ya hey ya way hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya. Way ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya. Way ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way hey ya hey yo way ya hey ya. Way hey ya hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way hey ya way hey ya hey yo. Way hey ya hey ya hey ya hey yo. Way hey ya hey way hey 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 yo. Way hey ya hey way hey 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 yo. Way hey ya way hey hey ya ho. Way hey ya hey ya way hey ya. Way hey ya hey ya hey 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 yo. Way hey ya hey way hey hey ya yo. Way hey ya hey way hey 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 yo. Way hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya. Way hey ya way hey 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 yo. Way hey ya way hey 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 yo. Way hey ya way hey hey ya yo. Way hey ya hey ya ha ya. Way hey ya way hey ya hey yo.
I call upon the Archangel battalions that are in my command, and I ask them now to go if they are already not present at the Great Pyramid to join Lady Sophia, Lady Sarah, and Princess Michaela as they climb the stairs to the King's Chamber. May they be there to support them and avert any obstacles in their way, to provide them the space and the quiet that they need in order to do the activation that is to come in the King's Chamber about 45 minutes from now. All of Gabriel's battalions be on your way.
I just lit my Earth Dragon's Breath, and it really, so it's outside there. I just want to say that the other night at almost 4:44 a.m., I was awakened by a bright light. And I said, what in the world did they shine a spotlight on me? It was actually the moon. It was so bright and it was setting in the west. It was going through the curtains. So I thought that was kind of auspicious. Here's our totality shirt from Arkansas.
Nice. Yeah, I was telling Clayton mine finally arrived. So I have on the sweatshirt one and I have the other one underneath. If I get too hot at some point, I'll take it off. As you can see, it's all the entire shirt's covered in totality
Yeah,
stuff.
that's pretty cool. Hey, Clay, your Bailey's beads are spectacular.
Thank you. I was actually not aware that I had caught such a good shot until after I brought him home and printed him out.
Yeah, we got a shot of the totality also, but not the fine one like yours. But it was awesome.
Interesting. My husband has not actually processed all his photos yet. He only shared the single shots of totality, one of the flares and Bailey's beads. But he took hundreds of shots that he's going to stitch together to show the progression.
Cool.
I can't wait for his time lapse to come out.
Well, we've been away, so we didn't work on it while we were away, so he'll work on it now that we're back.
I know.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited for him. I'm certain he's got something good there.
I'll share two of the visions that I had. I saw that the four main people represented the four directions. And they were moving around, and then I saw like a clock with the shifting gears. And the code that's entered is for balance, to bring the balance of mental, physical, and etherical energies. And then yesterday, I was walking around the pyramid, and then I was flying up around the pyramid in like a swirling motion. And I could see the power energy coming up from the top, and it turned into the tree of life. And then I was inside seeing the glyphs there. And then I could see eyes, and then I saw the eyes of Horus and Ra. And then I woke up. Well, I didn't wake up because I actually wasn't sleeping, but I moved, and yeah. So that was just two of the visions I had received. I know Clay and I also we also went through days where we were just really wiped out and couldn't, like, the energy level was just way down there. So I Reiki'd him the one day, and then he Reiki'd me back up the next day. but we both had to just like no get up and go whatsoever. And but I think we were taking that energy from the group of the tiredness and holding it for them so they could do what they needed to do.
Mhm. Yeah, I felt like, it was interesting. We didn't time our trip to Great Smokies um, to coincide in any way. It just happened that way. And I felt like we had 3 days where we were literally, there was no cell phone, no internet, no nothing. So we were deep in the heart of those mountains. And I felt like it was this opportunity to just get quiet and to be protected from all of the sort of pounding of the cosmic energies and to help send, I was from there, I was sending that very um grounded energy, quiet grounded energy of the mountains. The Smokies are part of the Appalachia mountain range, and they are the oldest mountain range on the planet. If I remember correctly, um, that particular mountain range has actually been built up and worn down twice, and part of it actually extends is in Scotland. So when Pangea split apart, that Appalachian mountain range wound up in eastern Pennsylvania, the eastern U.S. as well as in Scotland. Um, I also saw many, many bears. It's funny. I was hoping to see a bear, and we were very blessed. On one trail, there was a mother bear and 3 cubs across the river from us, and we were able to see them playing with their mother and resting. And then when we drove through, there's a driving part of the park called Cades Cove. 4 different times we encountered a park ranger who had stopped traffic and was making sure that people weren't getting very close to it. So there were just all of these black bear cubs born this winter in the mountains, which is really, I think, a very good sign. Um, and the park rangers are doing a really diligent job of making sure that people don't do the things that make the bears become too tame to be safe. People leave food out for them or try to get too close, then the bears become habituated to people and oftentimes end up attacking them for the resources that they want, which means then the Park Service has to actually transfer that, move them, which is not always possible. And many times they have to actually kill them, they have to euthanize them. So they're doing a really good job of making sure people behave themselves with these bears. There are a lot of them this year.
We're so used to them and they're so used to us here. You can walk down the street with it walking beside you and it doesn't care you're there and you don't care that it's there. Even they don't bother with the dogs, they don't bother with the people. It's they're very in townish.
Sounds like we're more sympathetic to one another. Yeah. The only thing that the one thing that's been coming for me, and this it's funny, even sharing it with you, I feel like it's just so um and we should all know this. It's like it's silly to even say it. But I felt like I was reminded this last week that the Egyptians were Atlanteans. They were those at least one or several of them were the ones that were chosen by King Atlas to depart from Atlantis when the time for Atlantis to be taken up was about to occur, and he sent them out in all of those directions to preserve the wisdom teachings that we've been blessed to learn. And I think, the world is at that kind of time again where it's standing on this precipice of annihilating itself again, and the lessons are ours responsibility to embody and to carry with us despite anything else that happens so that they won't be lost and have to be channeled again.
think there's a lot of people ready for change, but they don't know how it's going to happen. So they're a little scared.
I think there's a whole lot of people too, Clayton, who don't want to change. That's the thing that makes it difficult.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of people who've benefit from having power and control over others and would like things to stay the way that they are. So
And change is scary. I mean, even just for us people, just for people, change is really terrifying for many people. You know, even good change is different. And can be overwhelming. So, you know, can you imagine if you don't really have a clue about anything that's going on, and all of a sudden there's, you know, upheaval. A couple of hours after the eclipse, we had an earthquake here, just about a mile from my house. It was a small one. It was 2.1. But boy, I felt it in so many ways. And that was I know they're very common, and you know, we had that other one on the East Coast. But this is probably the fourth earthquake that I've felt. And it's truly a connection with the earth that is indescribable.
Susie, are you close to that nuclear power plant, which was the epicenter before?
Yes, it is very close to where my ex-mother-in-law lives. So it is, it's about an hour drive. Lake Anna is about an hour drive.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we heard it all the way to Maryland. It sounded
Yeah.
like an oncoming train and everything rattled and
Yes. Yep. This
very
this
powerful.
other one was like in a little tiny like cul-de-sac, and like right in a neighborhood, but it's kind of in the woods. But there is huge electrical, it's like an electrical power station very close to it. But it sounded like an explosion. It sounded like a really loud explosion, and the ground shook. I thought it had something to do with the trains that are just in the back in the woods. I thought that because we hear them like clanging and crashing around quite frequently, especially at night. Um, and like I didn't really have any damage. Like it knocked over some plants that I had, and a couple of the plant pots broke. So it's like minimal damage, but it was interesting, that connection with the earthquake and the eclipse. I've also had a lot of like hawk energy. There's been a lot of hawks. There's been a lot of owls. Just tremendous amounts of birds. I really haven't had any visions, but it's just been kind of like a ramp up of energy and awareness, and you know, like moving. I don't know if any of you are like this, but it's like moving through like all the dimensions at once. It's how Lady Sophia talks about, you know, that we're the field is you know, so much more permeable. It's kind of like going in and out of it a lot. And yes, I've been super tired.
I don't know about all of you, but I have had like just um super intense dreaming. Just
Mhm.
Yeah.
super super intense is the only way to describe it.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had them too. And strange dreams.
Yes.
Yeah. Very
I mean,
unusual.
very much lucid, but way more vivid. And I don't want to say disjointed, because I've had, you know, there'll usually be a theme one night. One night it was things related to education and how they're going to change. I texted Sir Edward to tell him one night I had this dream that he was on the Stephen Colbert show. And there was these people dressed up as knights I mean, he said to me, it's just a dream. Don't worry about it. But, you know, people were dressed up as knights. And so I went and I had my tunic on and I put on this helmet and it had the cross cut to look through, you know, like the Templar cross in the shield, the face shield. And I went on the stage and joined these actors, but I had my sword and I turned it on and I was pointing it at this woman who had on a sparkly dress and like all of the green light burst everywhere and the cameramen went crazy because it was messing up the show. But I think I said to Sir
Disruptive.
Edwards, he did something to like explain what was going on. And then I said to, I think Lady Mary was there. I said to somebody, like somebody said the website's going to blow up. And I said, that's totally fine. You know, we'll figure out how to fix it but what's good is people now they know how to find us. So if it, you know, if anything else, it's like, I don't know, it's time. You know, I don't think Sir Edward's going to be on the Stephen Colbert show, but to me, it's time to get the word out.
In some timeline, he is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, and I don't even know that it was Colbert, but he was on some kind of a late night talk show. Wouldn't that be funny?
He'd be a great guest.
Absolutely.
I haven't decided for sure, but I'm considering going in a couple of weeks. I think it's May 18th. Joan, do you remember when I told you it was? There's a group that gathers annually in Collier, Massachusetts. They were students of Grandfather William Commanda, and he was the one that blessed
Right.
the
The lab-
labyrinth. Sir Edward asked me, and I looked it up. He passed away in 2011, and his students started to hold these gatherings annually, and they call it the Eighth Fire Gathering. So they meet for 4 days at Camp Collier. It is a very old school. My husband thinks it's like was a CCC camp. So very simple. Basically, it reminds me of the movie On Golden Pond. It's on this beautiful lake, and every day in the morning, the loons sing in the morning, and they sing at night, and it's just these very simple cabins. You come, you bring your own food. There's no charge to attend, but they light a fire on the first night, and that fire is kept 24/7. Well, not 24/7. It's kept 24 hours a day for the 4 days of the event. Indigenous teachers come from all over and give teachings around the circle in their ceremony.
May
And I went,
16th, 19th.
yeah, I'm thinking about going up to that this year. I don't, you know, we'll see if that's the right thing to do and if it comes about. But this year's topic is I don't remember, Joan. If you're looking at your computer, you can tell everybody. I think it's community. They're talking about the 7 generations this year, I believe. So that notion of any decisions made are to take into consideration the next 7 generations. And goodness, we have totally lost touch with that. Nobody thinks about, I don't say nobody, but very few people, and very few people in any positions of power or responsibility are thinking 7 generations ahead.
Yeah, my 5th great grandfather was the chief Great Buffalo, and he was an Oshkosh Wis. And when I saw his picture, I realized he's the one that came to me in the dream and said Oshkosh Wish and touched me. And what the Oshkosh Wis people do is they help the people prepare going into the 8th fire. So with him being my 5th great grandfather, and then my grandfather, and then my dad, my mom, I am the first generation of the next 7 generations. So that it's a repeat of that 7th generation cycle.
Lady Joan, a lot of your tribe has been on TV recently, even in shows. It was interesting. I said, oh, Wow, they're that widespread, not just in Canada.
Yeah, it's my fifth great grandfather was from Wisconsin. And I have towns named after different grandfathers in North, South Dakota and Minnesota.
What's sad is the news that in Montana, in the reservations, the Mexican drug cartels are infiltrating it for making money on the fentanyl. And
Was it Montana or
They're
Utah?
they're doing the same thing in
Montana.
Thunder Bay. And what these people, drug dealers do is they come from like the Toronto area and they go to the weakest part of town, which is where mainly natives live. And they go into the bars and then they pick up a girl. They go over to her place and they basically move in and start selling drugs out of there. And the female is can't do or say anything to get them out. And when the drug bust occurs, these girls are going away for drug dealing. So it's yeah.
Just a wee bit messed up.
Clayton, I'm loving the view of your beacons. They look really, really cool.
Oh, thanks. I
From
wasn't sure if y'all
here.
could actually see them.
Oh yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
going on in them right now.
The sky is blue,
It's very blue today.
cloudy here in Florida.
It feels
The sun is shining.
amazing here. Oh, that was here yesterday.
It's really interesting to watch I forget the name of it, the round one. Because it
I've
has,
got,
what is it? That's the Eye of God. That's like a different Eye of God, right? Than the big one.
there's two kinds, the big one and the smaller one.
Yeah.
They work together.
Yeah. But as it's spinning, like I have kind of like a stop motion on it. Yeah. And it's just like there's just so much stuff going on in the globe portion of it. And you can see the colors of the sky and the trees inside of it.
Yeah, it looks like the earth
Yeah, it
spinning.
does, actually. It
Very
really
cool.
does. And
Very,
there's so
very
many
cool.
solar flares going on today too. My phone is like pinging like crazy.
Whenever we
Oh my gosh,
went
this
to whenever we went to view the eclipse, I had this and three other vortex spinners, or four other vortex spinners around it to capture the light and the beauty of the event. And now they radiate that. So now when I make my charms, I can still capture the eclipse energy inside of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, these things are incredible for hanging on to fleeting energy like that.
I use them in my house clearing that I do. And it's really incredible how they emit such a different frequency in working in that way. The sword in particular, just the frequency that it emits in the light, it's just like what you see in the light, it's just really um like I see a certain amount with my eyes when I'm working, but then when you look at the pictures, there it's just like wow, really intense.
Mhm.
So it's good to know that it's picking up all the good stuff too.
My poor phone shut down
There you
from the
are.
heat.
Is she doing a FaceTime with us, Lady Mara?
She came into the room right when we opened it up and said, "Can't stay. We're going into the pyramid now."
Yeah, I saw her text, and so maybe they can't get any signal in there.
There would be no signal inside of a pyramid.
Mm-mm.
I'm just so like overwhelmed with excitement, like the level. I don't even want to call it excitement, but just the frequency of their energy about what they're doing. Like all week, it's just been growing.
We're hoping Michaela doesn't want to bring a camel home.
Knowing her, she'd try.
Yeah.
It would cut the grass.
I suspect it's a lizard, which I hope she doesn't do because the dogs are gonna sniff
They try
that
to
at
eat it.
PSA. It was funny, as far as t-shirts for the eclipse are. We took this one that says the Great American Tour, and there was another one that I thought was funny, but we didn't get it. It's called I Got Mooned in Arkansas.
This will tell you how beautiful it is here today. I don't know if you can see my dog
Yeah.
sleeping in the sunshine.
Oh, your sun's very bright, Lady Mara.
It is. Look how bright the sky.
Cloudless.
Yeah, Lady Mara, you have like a beautiful blue circle, half circle underneath you that comes and goes.
It's
It's
because
like
the sun's right behind me.
yeah, there it is. It's like blue and green. It's really
Mhm.
pretty.
I'm
Very
trying to not have the
Hi,
sun
baby
directly on the
Karina.
camera.
Yeah, there's stuff in there too. It's like it sort of it's moving and ebbing and flowing.
Oh, hi, baby. Oh, she's waving.
Hello.
Martha wants to say hi.
Hi, Cordelia.
Oh.
Say hi.
Oh, look at that.
Hi, baby Cordelia.
Oh, baby energy. You're being reborn. Well, between Harmony and where are you, Clay?
Baton Rouge. The
Baton
Red
Rouge,
Stick.
Louisiana. When we returned home from Arkansas, we were in that big thunderstorm and we were being drenched constantly for about, what, 7 hours?
Oh, you got stuck in it too?
Yeah, because it was from we went down from Arkansas to Birmingham, Alabama, and from Birmingham all the way to Tallahassee. It was
man.
pouring. Yeah.
They had tornadoes when it hit us.
Yeah,
They were,
I saw that.
they had widespread flooding all over the state. They had tornadoes here in Slidell. They had them in Mississippi. Yazoo City got hit really hard. You could see the lightning from the plane window that I was coming in on. It was
Wow.
really
You were in a
scary.
plane. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I actually was supposed to land in my hometown of Alexandria at 8:30 that night. But because the weather was so bad, they diverted us to New Orleans. And typically, what hits the north part of the state hits the south part of the state a day or two later. And this storm was just gigantic. So uh, all day and all night, it rained on us. So I was stuck in the New Orleans airport for 11 hours, but Delta compensated. So they did a good job.
No, I'm
Uh,
glad.
yeah, me too.
It was most important that you were safe, and it's super cool that you got a voucher for another trip.
Yeah, they gave me a bunch of Sky Miles for it, and they were very kind while we were stuck. They're like, yeah, we don't want to be stuck either, but there's nothing we can do about it. So here's a meal and here's a hotel room for you.
I'm glad they gave you a hotel room. Sometimes they get to be nasty and don't do anything.
Yeah, I've been stranded in New Orleans by other companies before, and I was really hoping that Delta would actually be nice to us, and they delivered. So I was very happy about that. Like, New Orleans is a fun place, but it's not really a nice place to get stuck in. It's good when you're supposed to be there. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, there's a spider that keeps running across my thigh, and I'm reminded the spider is the trickster. So let's send some energy for an easy approach up to the king's chamber. They should be there in about 10 minutes.
Yep. Well, Lady Sophia was associated with the spider too earlier on. So maybe she's trying to get us ready.
I think that's a good omen.
Yeah. Well, look at Clay there under that clear, very blue sky. Wow. And you got the sun right behind you, Lady
Yeah,
Mary.
just happens
I'm
to be how I'm
looking
sitting.
at it.
I'll show you how absolutely gorgeous it is today.
Is that a bird feeder?
Yeah, that is.
Who you got there visiting?
Oh, is there somebody there? They
I
know.
don't-
So they come when I'm here.
Oh,
I have one down on the bottom there.
since they're talking bird feeder. Got a Martin house, and he's got 50 birds. I don't know if they're here now. Every one of those boxes was full a week ago. There's still some in there this morning. I heard them just a minute ago. We've got birds here too.
Is that a spinner you got, Clay? Or is that a
Uh,
glass thing?
Up there, there's no spinner, but there is a windmill over here. So I've got this old windmill,
Oh, there you go.
and I've got two vortex spinners right here on the table.
The other picture that you see is from my office where I have the main call running. And my pyramid's there with all of my devices in the Q box.
Well, my cube box is at home. It's got all the lights on. I'm not going to be able to take it down until after I get home. It's going to be a week from now.
One of the cool things that I got from my husband was a device called I can't think of what it's called. It's called a Wemo, and it's a thing that plugs into the wall. And then when you plug a device into it, you can turn it on and off from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So what's really cool is if a mission is called for and I'm not at home, I can turn on my pyramid.
That's cool.
It's really cool if you've got something that plugs into the wall like the pyramid. It doesn't really help when you've got a bunch of twisty stuff like I do. All of my devices, except for my two pyramids, have the twisty tops.
Well, I always figure if you leave some of that stuff sitting under your pyramid before you leave, that you can turn it on if you need to, and the stuff is energized through the pyramid.
Yeah. And that's what I did with my vortex spinners. I connected all of the stuff in the box to the stuff I brought with me, so that whenever I turn them on, like I did this morning, it brings the energy to here wherever I happen to be.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what the pyramid does.
You can also turn them on with your laser sword.
Yeah. I didn't bring my sword with me. I brought my laser. But I don't trust my backpack not to break my sword.
Yeah, that's pretty delicate.
There's a chickadee at the feeder.
Hmm.
Does anybody want to share what devices they put in their Q box
I've
to collect
got
all this energy?
the Shield of the West. I've got my Stargate beacon, the TSB with the fire. I have my Lotus beacon in there on one side. Other side, I've got my big Eye of God. All of that sitting on top of a swords in front of it, and my War Shield on another shelf. And that's all I got.
Sounds like you got a lot.
I actually got two Q boxes. One is the newest one, which is the angel with a mirror. And in there I got the Eye of God, but in the traditional Q box, I put Shiva's temple and the castle light and the gift of the Magi, those two gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And then the
Mhm.
rest, yeah. And I've got my some really cool things on the war shield. I've got the chi spinner on number 9 and a lotus on 3, and on 6 I got another beacon. So pretty cool. I keep my cruiser pyramid here in Florida, so I have two. I have my 6-footer in Maryland. So I don't have to transport them.
Look, took a picture of one time with my big camera just to see how much light they put out. And still, even the color light, it's beautiful.
In my cue box, I'm trying to think now. I have a King Atlas statue. I'm sorry, I'm hearing myself in reverb, so it's hard for me to talk.
You don't reverb for us. I guess
No,
it's
I know.
just you're
I
getting a
think it's
feedback.
happening because I'm in through my earbuds.
Mm.
So I have King Atlas. I have an amethyst beacon that reminds me of that clear quartz one that Lady Sophia took to Haleakala. It's similar. It has a star base. That's in there. And then I have a piece that I'm holding for Lady Sophia. It's a pyramid. It's a one-of-a-kind piece. It's hers. So I figured collect the energy for her and then return it to her. And then on the top, you can probably see it there. There's a large angel statue that I got in one of the auctions. In July, I think you got one of the other ones.
Yeah, that's the one at number 9 and my war shield.
Mm-hmm. And then I have my war shield down at the bottom.
All right. What do I have? I have the spinning Eye of God, like Clayton has going there, and then I have the big one. I have the lotus, and I have the crystal cluster, and then I have the harmony stones in there. Not the harmony. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. My I'm a little challenged with my brain today. I have imagine, hope, love, healing. And then I have a stone that has love on one side and Master Arrow's symbol on the other side. And then I have like the big Ankh and my war shield, the Mars war shield is on top. And then it's in front of a bookcase, and then on a shelf on the bookcase, I have the shield with the coin. I have my crown. I have a Michael Shell beacon, which is one of my favorites. And some spinners, some of the spinner beacons. They're all pretty.
Okay, it's about noon. So they are going in to the King Chambers. Joan, do you have a thought on what we should be doing while they're there?
I'm thinking of activating my own spinner since my vortex spinner. If anybody has a spinner, I think we ought to amplify whatever they're doing by turning the spinner clockwise. I'm gonna get mine.
I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling a heavy feeling.
Feel it a little bit, yeah.
On the top of my head.
Yes. It's like It's like there's a rock on top of my head.
The crows have arrived. There are 3 crows in a tree watching me.
I think we
They
need
look
to
like
ground
snakes.
ourselves.
Yes.
Clayton, I'm going to take my shoes off. Maybe you can too. I'll help ground them because the work that they're doing is really heady. I'm going to go stand in the grass.
So I don't get dust in my spinner. Okay.
My yard is full of dandelions.
I wish my yard was as full of dandelions as yours is, because I could go for some dandelion tea. Unfortunately, I only got 3.
Here, I'm sending you
Not
some.
enough. Not enough dandelion root to make tea. All right, here we go. Be thou grounded.
I found this crystal tabby in Arkansas. It's pretty cool. It looks like it's got angels and all kinds of things inside.
Did you buy that one?
They call it a tabby because it's a wide crystal.
Did you buy that at Ron Coleman's shop?
I bought it in Mount Ida. There's from clean crystal and kind of made a friend out of the proprietor. I'm hoping that I could put together something for her that she might want to sell. She's pretty metaphysical. I gave her some nuggets and some information, and then I also shared some of my eclipse pictures with her, and so we kind of became friends. And she has a cool shop. And if you ever go to Arkansas, she's with Jay's Crystal Bonanza in Mount Ida, but her firm is like Clean Crystals or something. But I found this, so it was really cool. I've never seen a tabby. It's flat here, and it's 4 facets. And this one is like I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like the side view of the Washington Monument. It's interesting.
So
Two,
what we should do is everybody sit in quiet, close your eyes, and see if you can take yourself into the pyramid with the other group and
Yeah.
see what you can see.
It'd be good if we stand in between them.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's take it up here. Something's going on.
It's really warm in there. I'm sending the coolness and the bright spring sunshine and a breeze. I don't believe they have more than 10 minutes or so up in that space by themselves.
How are we feeling?
I'm cool and grounded. I saw a light coming up out of the top of the pyramid. We just had a sun flare.
I'm feeling calm and grounded, but a lot of adrenaline. And I saw green lasers crisscross. Just before that, I saw it was like the space went black and there was a red beacon that I've never seen before. Um, and then and it was like the green lasers were crisscrossing.
I'm not sure what they were able to take in, but I know that Sir Edward prepared some pyramids that lit that were supposed to be lit inside the king's chamber. And Michaela was supposed to lead that.
Now, I saw
Tremendous
Kayla.
effort.
Now, I saw Michaela, and then I saw Lady Sophia. And then everybody sort of shifted to the left. And then I was taken out of there, and it was clockwise turning. And then I was basically above in space, seeing well, you know, the sun and the whole thingy going around.
I saw a white ball of light, and then I saw from above that the whole chamber was turning. They were in place, but the whole thing was just like a vortex spinner.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And somebody was in a lotus position. I think it was Lady Sophia.
Here's what Sir Edward texted me the other day. The 4 crystal pyramids are in the ceremony right now in the Hall of Mirrors. The devices are soaking up the positive reasoning energy of Damanhor's culture and belief system. When they get to the king's chamber, Michaela's pyramid will release that energy during the ceremony as the Christ consciousness energy comes down. If the offering energy is a match, we will have found the 144,000 souls Michael has been looking for. Then all I have to do is figure out how to create the new Heart of God beacon that will transmit the Christ energy to the right person.
I don't know if you heard Sweetie at the beginning, but she was just meowing. She was purring. It was the first half of it. She was really restless, and then she calmed down. So
What time did she become restless?
when I closed my eyes and went there and got super red. So she was probably already there and saying, "Why are you coming too?"
When I closed my eyes, I found myself on the outside of the pyramid. So I walked in the door down the hall, and I could see them sitting in place. And I could hear what sounded like harmonics. Like as each vortex was on a different note would play, and they all harmonized with each other. And when all 4 notes were being played, I saw the white light, and then it went up out of the room through the top of the pyramid. And that's about all I could see. I came back here to my body and felt a wave. Like something had shifted. So I closed my eyes again, and I was taken to the atmosphere where, like Susie, there were green lines crisscrossing each other.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think they've successfully connected the grid.
The grid is connected.
Now they have to walk down those crazy stairs.
I kind of feel like the beacon that I saw is the new beacon.
describe it again?
Pardon?
Describe the new beacon.
It was red. And it it had pulsing almost like flames inside of it, and radiating that kind of a but a positive. It was like the most powerful thing I've ever seen.
I'm gonna see if I can share my screen from my phone.
And a lot of what I was seeing too was from a fisheye kind of perspective.
Can you see that, Susie?
I can see that. I wasn't really able to see a shape as much as it was just like the radiance around it.
Yeah, that's the piece he's working on right now. There are these Heart of God beacons.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can stop sharing.
But it was definitely red. What I saw. And it it was really weird because like I was in the chamber, and you know, like there was light on and everything, and then the lights went out, so it was like completely black. I was like, okay, what's going on? And then I saw that beacon, and it just like lit up with this the radiance and the energy that was just like pulsing out of it. The pulsing was kind of like how flames move.
Was they were taking red lasers into the pyramids.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
Every time they do something, I get a big wind over here.
Yeah. We can see, or I can see the smoke from your fire moving, probably when that wind comes. Kind of cool. Thank you for sharing your fires with us.
You're welcome.
Problem. I've got y'all in a chair just right across from me as if y'all were actually here.
I'll have to dry some of my dandelions for you, Clayton.
Thank you. My family doesn't like weeds, and I say, don't cut them, that's medicine. And they say, no, we're gonna cut it, it's not attractive. And I'm like, suit yourself, that's good tea.
My husband says that weeds are just plants that are growing where you don't want them to.
Yep.
Lady Mara, it's interesting that you're wearing the shadow of your head like a necklace around your neck. Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
it's like a black strands and strands of beads. Pretty cool. You should take a selfie. Maybe
I'll carry it.
Let me take a picture. Let me see.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. They say that's how you know when you're dead, because you don't have a shadow anymore.
Yeah, you lose your shadow.
It kind of feels like there's actually a lot of throat related. I'm feeling a lot of like throat related stuff.
Well, that's what Gabriel's about. Throat chakra.
I can imagine that this was I don't want to say a challenge, but this was an opportunity for Michaela to speak up. And I'm
Yep,
not sure that any of those adults let her.
she's also shy,
Hmm.
speaks very softly.
Yeah, I
She,
was thinking about
she's
her too in that same way and just sending her like all the strength and love and confidence.
well, she
to-
has been around them for a few days going in there, so she'll be a little bit more comfortable. Plus, it's not going to be her doing that. It's Archangel Michael's going to step into her and go, boom. So she's going to be fine.
when these waves of activity of energy come through, they're just so big. Ooh. I think we're all gonna need a nap later.
I have to
Well,
go
I
get a
was,
craniosacral treatment. I might fall asleep.
Let's wait till he gets back for that.
they have been getting me up at the crack of dawn. I think that's because they're getting busy. So it's okay. Let's get up now.
Me too. They've been waking me up at 7:30 in the morning every day
Yeah.
for the past 5 days.
5:20 a.m. this morning. And I'm going, no.
Wow. I guess you're on their clock.
It's also our sunrise time. So
I've been getting up at 5:45 for the past 3 days as well, without
Ooh.
any reason.
We're all synchronized.
we'll just text them and say, okay, can you guys start your day later so we can sleep in?
No, of course not. We got missions to do.
I want to ride a camel.
Careful they don't spit at you.
I'd rather that end than the other end.
Years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting a camel. His name was Sir Camelot. He lived at a southern plantation in Biloxi, Mississippi. And whenever school groups would come out and do field trips, he'd have animals for them to pet and examine, and he was one of them. So they took good care of him. He had lots of jokes. It was the only camel I ever met that could smoke a defeat. And
That
that
could
was
what?
this camel and his caretaker would smoke weed together. And I was like, where am I ever going to see this again?
Someone was smoking?
Yeah,
Oh, God. I thought that was a
dude,
cartoon.
no, it was an actual camel. His caretaker would hold it up to his mouth. The camel would take a hit, and he would go like, "Ah."
Oh, brother.
That was a long time ago. I don't know if he's still there or not, or if they moved him.
Maybe you went to NA.
Nah, he could quit anytime he wanted to. The caretaker does live there.
Last night I came across a video that the Eye of the Sahara in Mauritius, they say is the remnants of Atlantis because it looks just like, Atlantis from the air. Though the archaeologists said it's all rock formations.
The area did used to be in the early I think that happened even before, you know,
Has anybody had the opportunity to watch the videos that Sir Steve posted? I saw that he posted like 5 or 6 of them yesterday, but I haven't been able to watch them yet.
Watched some of them.
That
Because
was-
they were being done by people in Dominar, I think.
Yeah.
They were Italian speakers. Their English wasn't perfect. So some of the ideas were a little bit hard to follow.
Was Lady Sophia and them there at those talks?
They should have been.
I thought the video she posted for us that she was in the video. Did you see that, Lady Mary?
Yeah, it was somebody who's a participant and some kind of a life coach did a video of wherever they were yesterday, the museums and the pyramid that they visited.
Yeah, one was outside of Giza. I
Mhm.
thought in the middle that maybe she took her picture. Yeah, as part of the video, and then in the end, I saw a side view. I thought was her.
Yeah, that was her.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I was watching it and I thought Lady Sophia's probably sitting there biting her tongue saying, no, that's not how that went.
Where was it posted?
Under Steve Young's page.
Oh no, she's talking about the one that this woman did.
The lady, you said Lady Sophia posted it?
No,
it was in it.
it was a text video.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
If you want to see it, I'll tell you what the name of the woman was.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What was that, Lady Mary?
I said the woman. Okay, so the woman that made a video that got shared yesterday with the core knights was a woman named Amy Joy. If you look for on Instagram, or excuse me, Facebook, Amy Joy Coaching.
Okay, Amy Joy, yeah.
So those of you who want to watch it, if you click Amy Joy Coaching, I'll just copy it and send it to you so you can see it.
That'd be great.
Awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It really helps to connect the dots, the pieces of you know, we're not there. I've just been thinking about them and sending them like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's we're getting, you know, little tiny bits and pieces here and there, and I'm just I don't know, I want more.
Mm-hmm. Just to let you guys know, the call's going to continue to run for the next half hour. I'm going to be moving, which is why my computer's on, and then I have the phone. If I can stay with you, I will. I just have to drive to an appointment. Joan will close the room at 2:00, but we can stay together until 2:00 since that was our window.
Okay.
Oh, 2 o'clock our time, so that's 1.5 hours from now?
I'm sorry, no, I'm at 1:00 our time. We were
Okay,
told to do 11 to 1. So
Right.
just this next half hour, I'll be with you remotely, but Joan is in charge of the room.
okay. So we quit it.
Yes, everybody. Okay.
It was rather nice. I feel so energized now. It's definitely different than it was an hour ago. I can't really describe it, but it does feel very different now. If it's like clearer and more vivid.
I'm hungry.
It was funny because I was having brunch and then at 10:44, I choked. It said I wasn't finished eating. And I said, I think they're telling me to stop eating and get going on the computer.
The video is amazing. I'm so glad that she sent that to us to watch. It was like there's that one shot that goes like straight up, and that is exactly what I saw just before.
What
Like
video are you talking about?
the video, the Amy Joy coaching video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so much of I'm seeing in this. There was like pieces of it that um of the pyramid that I saw when I was viewing.
It's a pretty cool video. Nice
Yeah.
music. Very Egyptian.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like they're still doing stuff.
Yeah, I can still feel it.
They must be putting nuggets all over the place there.
I think there's a crane came to visit behind the house. The white crane.
Wow.
Like you have a lot of smoke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Looks like the smoke from your fire.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is, I think. He
it
said
is.
that
The
he said
clouds
that
going up.
he said that when they're like really doing a lot of work that his fire gets amped up and
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, Lady Amy also sent a fire.
I wonder how they're doing. When I went to visit in November, they were in the middle of a transition.
This is Lady Amy's fire. Where she is. She sent it.
Very cool.
Oh, my third eye is just pulsing.
You need help grounding?
No, no, I'm just going with the flow. It needs to pulse, and yeah, my angel wings are very yeah.
This is a picture of the moon that woke me up Friday morning at 4:44 a.m. It was so bright, and we're on the 9th floor, and it went, it's like somebody's shown a flashlight in my eyes. That was really cool. I had to get up and take a picture. There's the perspective. That
It
is
must be
a
really
hotel
close.
being built. It'll be open next month, and that's the moon is setting in the west. So it's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
See the corona around the moon? I don't know if you can tell from the picture.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry, and it's not even my lunchtime for like another hour. Like,
You can eat. You can eat.
it's not my lunchtime.
Oh, it's not your lunchtime.
Yeah, it just, I normally, I have set times to eat so that I will eat, because if I wait till I'm hungry, I could go a couple of days without eating.
Hmm.
So I have set times to eat, and I'm not used to feeling hungry. Yeah, so we were supposed to do this thing with remote viewing of what monastery that they were going to be at. And I went to the Great Pyramid, and I even found a picture of exactly what I had seen. And ever since then, I've been going to the pyramid daily.
A lot of smoke now. You're doing something. Maybe they're coming. Let's just feel that.
This is where I had gone when I remote viewed.
Yeah, that's the stairs that go up to the king's chamber.
Yeah, and I knew what I had seen, but I was trying to figure out what monastery I was at. And then Clay and I were talking about the Great Pyramid. So I Googled that, and the picture popped up, and I was just, there it is. Because I even described it as the walls look dark, but the stair, you can see the path. And Yeah, we had snow over 3 days ago. It was snowing here. Then at one point the sun came out and it was snowing. And it was sort of like, yeah.
Clayton, today would have been the perfect temperature and weather for the eclipse.
Yeah. But the moon's on the other side of the earth now. We got what we got. But yeah, this would have been the absolutely perfect day. Birds have returned. How are we feeling now? I kind of feel it starting to wind down a little bit.
I don't know. They just did something really intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My third eye is just going,
I feel like that first initial wave was the opening of the channel that they needed to get. And now they're in communication with it.
Well, and they're not, it's not just that they're in communication, they've had to move out of that space. So they opened something and now they're open and they're having to actually leave the space that they were in, which can be challenging to navigate their way back down and out of
Yeah.
that building. Then they have to integrate everything.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of energy in my feet, like a lot of tingling, and my feet actually are cold. Um, but it's pulsing. I feel it pulsing. And I'm getting these shivers that are going all the way from my root up to my crown. It's like just pulsing up.
Me too.
and then it's like it blasts out in a um in a fan shape.
Like that.
Yeah, it's good. Yes.
That's what my forehead's doing.
Show again. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's what's here. And I'd like to remind everybody to be drinking water because we are putting energy out there.
Lots of electrolytes.
That's what I've got.
Get some liquid IV in you.
Well, the other thing is, it's not going to be game over for Lady Sophia when they come down out of that pyramid, because not everybody that's there is on that same level, and so there will
Right.
probably be some that are going to have a challenging time understanding what has happened, what they've experienced. They've got to integrate that and find their way forward with their piece, and what are they to do?
She gets to introduce it to the regular people. Like,
People.
she's pulled in an energy that's brand new, and having to explain that in vocabulary and language is quite difficult.
My forehead's calming down now. It's going back more to angel wings than the band.
It isn't in other news. Is it not fascinating that the trial started today?
And full moon tomorrow, the pink moon.
Ooh, that's
And then
right.
Mercury retrograde ends the day after. So we're gonna have like
Oh, and my internet keeps cutting in and out for no reason.
yeah, these transits have been really a lot. I don't know if anybody else follows the human design transits, but gate 51, the gate of shock, is in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of the planets right now, including the nodes. One of the nodes, the north node, I think.
So remember years ago when we first got the nuggets and we were supposed to go and drop it off in different places. One of the places I went to was where the lake goes into the river, and it's strong current there, but there was also burial mounds that the town went and pushed into the lake because it didn't look nice to them at that time. They have since apologized. And so I went to throw the stone, and something grabbed my arm and guided where my arm was to go and where the stone was to go. So in Ojibwe class, I learned that at that spot, there is a spiritual snake that lives there, which is sacred to the Ojibwe people. And I'm going, okay, that's how come I had such a funny throw. Like it wanted that nugget. I thought that was quite beautiful.
The snake spirit.
Yeah, there's five
Wow.
there's 5 snake spirits in this area. And they are around water.
Are they all the same kind of snake?
I'm not sure.
See my drive today. It's just so ridiculously beautiful.
Beautiful skies, Lady Mara. Where are you off to?
Oh, I'm going, I have a craniosacral appointment, but this is the northern part of Harmony.
Okay. Nice clouds.
Aren't they?
Blue
Isn't it
sky.
beautiful?
Yeah,
That top one looks like a dove.
clouds are forming a diamond.
So the spiritual snake represents healing, wisdom, primal energy, and protection.
Is the spiritual snake also a physical one?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh, we got them too, but
I wonder if it knows pets. Quetzalcoatl. I know they're not from the same tradition, but I wonder if the winged serpent knows the other serpents.
now who's not the same tradition? What?
Quetzalcoatl, the winged serpent of the Central Americas. The Mayan Quetzalcoatl.
It's at the heart of it all. They are all connected. The way the stories go, the way it's presented, it might be different, but the bottom line is all the same.
Okay.
I was channeling in class. The poor teacher, I kept taking over his lessons. So we had to write a sentence, and this one girl took Anishinaabe and the word for school and made it into one word. And he said, well, it's not quite right. And I'm piping up with, it needs to have one of those little doohickey thingies. And he said, a global stoppers, whatever the word is. And I said, yeah, one of those little hooky things. It needs one of those in there to keep the Anishinaabe, the spiritual word, separate from the other word, but then they're still together. So he got up, fixed it. He goes, yeah. And I'm going, okay. I was just, oops. Because, like, I would know the proper way that it's supposed to go. Like, it just was flying out of me.
Lady Hilda, you're very quiet, and you have a pretty daughter coming in and out.
I'm at school, so I got a lot of kids here coming in and out, and I'm trying to do two things at once. But I'm listening here, and I got my fire lit, and it's almost completely out, but it still has some smoke. So I came inside now.
Cool. Thank you.
Very close.
Okay, I'm starting to get
Hello,
pressure
sweetie.
again.
Wait a minute.
That one's not speedy.
Oh, that's right. Who is that? Sue. Susie.
You
Who do you
can't
have
say,
with you? Shirley?
Susie,
I know.
unmute.
Sorry, this is Sir Bob. He really
Aw.
likes to do weather work. Yeah, hi, baby. Yes, yes, honey, we're talking about you. You are such a good night. Yes, you
Your
are.
girlfriend, Sweetie, is in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lit the dragon's breath and got pissed off. So she's sitting at the window smelling the outside. They could have been nice scented.
What? I think he was sleeping before and then he woke up and he realized that he was missing the he came running. No biting. I know. You are excited to be here. I know. I know. Yes.
How old is Bob?
Bob is 14.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he showed up at the farm to family greenhouse one day as a little kitten. He was in the greenhouse and just the sweetest little ball of fluff. And now that he's retired from there, he's with me. And he's doing really great. He had some health stuff going on. The doctors say that he has something related to the C word, but
Yeah.
we've been treating him really successfully with mushrooms and homeopathics and energy, and he spends a ridiculous amount of time underneath the pyramid. So sometimes there will be more than one animal under there. Rosie's here, but she is
Anti,
underneath the blanket.
okay, it's antisocial.
I don't know, she's doing her best work underneath her own little pyramid over there. So
What
Yeah, I
about
had
Shirley and the two boys?
yes, who have been, can I just say the amount of activity that they've had, they've been crazy. I don't know if anybody else's animals have just been completely through the roof, but mine have.
I haven't been
my
good, but again, we were in the mountains, so I think that, you know, and we were traveling, which makes them calmer.
yeah.
What about Midnight? You didn't bring Midnight?
No, you know, my cat is very much a homebody. She's never been off the property except to go to the vet. So it would be too risky to take her anywhere.
You have somebody take care of feeding her when you were away?
My stepdaughter comes in and checks every couple days. And then she berates us for a few days until she's, you know, when we get back for leaving her.
They get upset. There, sweetie.
Yeah,
Hi, sweetie.
knew we were talking about animals, and she was just hello. Yes,
Me
Okay, my
too.
friend, I'm gonna hop out, and Joan, when you're done, please don't forget to turn off the call, otherwise it'll keep recording on my computer.
it's where on here do I do that? Do I click on recording? Will that do it, or
End, since you should have an end to the call. Since you're co-host. When you go to leave, it'll ask you just make sure you're the last person to leave, and that'll close it. Okay.
okay? Do I record to the cloud? I don't have to worry
You
about
don't have
any of
to do
that.
that. I already told it to record to my computer.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Bye, Lady Mara.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, everybody, for being with us. Thank you, Lady Mara and Lady Joan, for hosting.
Yes, this has been such an experience to share with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can eat now. Bye.
See you later.
I will.
Is that it?
No, it's cool how we are so connected. Meet Mr. Bob.
and they're both fluffy Maine Coonies.
This one's just a little fluffhead, but she is very Reiki. She's better at Reiki than me. I follow her lead.
Yeah, it's quite amazing, you know, how they are. I mean, he has to lie on top of me as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I've been getting, you know, memory pictures of Jack, and I have all these really funny pictures of him raking the plants. I mean, that was when he would wake up in the morning and go outside, he would do his business and then he would limp over to his plants to raking them every morning.
And that she had, when I first got her,
And so the first time I took Reiki 1 and 2, so on Reiki 2, Lady Sophia was bringing in an energy from a lady that, at this time, I'm going to bring you into class and we're going to work on you. So she was bringing in the energy, and then Sweetie popped into class, pushed the lady's energy out, and took her spot on the table. And so she said years later, she said, yeah, when I saw that, I thought, how did she get herself in here? And to have the energy to push the other energy out, it just sort of like, okay, we're going to have to keep an eye on this cat. So she worked on her. And so about a half an hour later, she said, how is she doing? And I said, well, nobody there knew this. But she had lumps all over her breasts, and they were all gone. And at that point, she committed her life to service.
Mhm.
So I only took Reiki 1 and 2, but she showed up for all the other Reiki classes on her own. She would show up in class, and at the end of the day, I had to ask Sweetie to move because she was hogging all the turns. And another time, I wasn't feeling good, and I heard her tell me pyramid. So I thought, oh, she wants her pyramid. So I set up her pyramid, and I thought, well, I may as well go under mine. And she came up by my arm, and she took me to the castle. I thought, oh, great, I get to sit in this class. And she said, no. And all of a sudden, I was in the back room, and I was getting work on. And I moved my arm, and she meowed at me. The meow showed up in the recording at the castle.
Wow.
And so I asked Lady Sophia, I said, well, she took me to a back room, and I was getting worked on. Who worked on me? Oh, that was Archangel Raphael. I'm going, my God, my cat's connected.
I tell people all the time your cat's a wizard.
My cat has showed up at his house, and she told him what he needed to do to work on me. He ordered him.
Yep. Which is very specific. And she knows exactly what she's supposed to do.
I don't know what he's doing, but he is like driving the computer now.
That's Speedy's purring. Now, so the way I do Reiki now is I put the person's energy into Sweetie, and then she does her purr, adding her energy to the healing, and then I work on her. So the cool thing with her is I can also give her a massage, and the other person receives the benefit. Right, Clay?
Yep.
Oh, that's
She helped me work on a crick in my neck the other day. I could actually feel the massage.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear Bob. He is purring super loudly right now.
That's because she's purring super loudly. So she's connecting with your cat.
Yep. So I don't know, maybe we're sending energy to the team as they are coming out, and yeah, they're gonna need some help with
Integration.
thank you, yes, and decompression, thank you.
Yeah. Because I feel like gonna speak in computer terms here. I feel like we've downloaded a huge zip file for the human consciousness,
Oh my gosh, yes.
and now we got to unpack it.
Oh
And
yes,
that
and I feel like we personally received massive um uh,
I have the forehead to prove it.
yeah.
Mhm.
The look on your face when I showed you the picture and I said, is this it? You were
Yeah, just I feel like we just received like massive amounts of stuff.
just, I know I feel everything in my third eye all the time. It's goes directly to there. And like once class is done and I've unwound and that my forehead goes normal again. It's but yeah, no, Sweetie has showed up at the castle and has visited Michaela in her dreams, goes and talks to Michaela. Oh, the white dog and the German Shepherd,
Mm-hmm,
they have shown up in my dreams
mm-hmm.
with messages. I think they were visiting Sweetie and I just connected into their link. It's for the last Reiki class. All of a sudden I had the idea of my neighbor's dog coming down here and taking the Reiki class. But the owner was she just immediately got stressed and I was just sort of like, okay, no problem. Like has very high anxiety.
Is this your neighbor's dog that is not well?
No, this one's very well.
Okay.
He's a companion dog. I can't remember the big word. So
He's a working
he
dog.
brought him. Yeah, he's there for her
Emotional support.
emotionally. Yeah, that's
Emotional
it.
support dog.
Yeah. So Sweetie brought the dog into the animal Reiki class. So this is like 3 apartments down and 1 up, and she brought the dog's energy into class. And I'm going, and Lady Sophia said, "Oh, you've got the dog there?" I'm going, "No." And I said, and Sweetie snuck the dog into class because I didn't have the owner's permission. So it's all been pretty cool. But I should close this off so that her recording isn't 3 hours long. So today was absolutely good. It's going to be wow when they come back to class and what we're going to be doing.
Really
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
wait
Yeah.
to see what we come up with.
This energy is just going to keep rolling. So we need to take really good care of ourselves. Lots of
I have a
hydration.
nap schedule.
Yeah. Make sure that you eat, Joan.
That I definitely will. I'm going to eat and then have a nap.
Yep. Yep. So we need to take really, really good care of ourselves so that we can continue to provide support for them. And also, as you said before, Clayton, that you felt like the whole world was getting the download so that we can also support that. Oh my gosh, I'm oof. Sorry.
There's
I'm
more stuff coming in.
I'm very
I don't
emotional.
know if y'all feel it, but I do feel stuff coming in. I think it's gonna be like this for the next few days. I don't know
Yeah.
for sure, but
I'm
that's
getting
just what my
shivers
gut.
all the way down to my feet.
Yeah, I've got the tears coming in, so it's like, and that's not mine. So, wow,
Big, big, big stuff.
big stuff.
And so if you need support or somebody to talk to or you want to get grounded, just give me or Clay a call.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah,
text
yeah.
me or me and Clay, but usually the two of us work together, whether he wants to or not.
Yeah, there's really big heart. It feels like really big heart energy coming through.
It's and that, so if you need grounding or any energy work, and that we'll work on you, because I like to commit Clay in anything I offer.
That's all right. Hey, don't forget to close out the circle. You still got to do that. So I'm gonna get my wand back out.
Okay, do you want to close off all of us?
Yeah.
Okay, you do that, and then
I feel like we should all hold hands.
Okay.
left palm down, right hand up. Walk like an Egyptian.
Okay, for real this time. I give thanks to the angels of the four directions, Michael in the east, Uriel in the south, Raphael in the west, and Gabriel in the north. Fancy new energy for the downloads and experiences that we grant the leave to depart the motivate. Right? All right, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody needs any help, I'm here for you.
Ma'am.
So it's Clay.
My candle just went out on its own.
I just blew mine out.
My fire is nothing but charcoal. Still got some heat. I could
I will
actually
quit
cook
blowing your mind, Susie.
I mean, I just have tears just rolling down my face. I mean, it's just like waterworks here.
The wind is picked up. It's still going.
It's gonna go all day. It's gonna
Oh
go
yeah.
like you just gotta hang in.
Okay, toodles, everybody.
All right, lots of love.
Bye.
Thanks for being
so
in the
much
space
fun.
together.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Bye, Susie.
bye-bye.